Web application majorly works with backend, or in other words, database. Now, database are used in order to keep information or read information. Now, friends, there is a tool by the name of PhpMyAdmin which helps us greatly when we deal with databases. Now, in order to access PhpMyAdmin, we need to navigate to the URL for PhpMyAdmin, and the URL is localhost/PhpMyAdmin. As soon as I hit enter, an interface of PhpMyAdmin would appear. Now friends, this interface is very user friendly, and for example, if in here I want to create a database, I can directly create a database by clicking on this database tab and giving a name of the database. For example, the name is Study Easy, and now I can click on create button. The database Study Easy has been created. Now friends, this PhpMyAdmin tool works on a database, and the database is nothing but a software. Now whenever we install any web server, for example in our case XAMPP, if I click on this XAMPP control panel, you can easily check out MySQL is running. In other words, whenever we install XAMPP web server, it also installs these modules. If I stop MySQL, the PhpMyAdmin won't be able to list all these databases, because in fact the database software is MySQL. So let me close this. The PhpMyAdmin tool is also auto installed when we install this web server. Apart from creating a database, we need to also create a table inside the database, and the easiest way to do it is by clicking on this database, and we can easily create a table. For example, in here, let me create a table by the name of users, and there would be 3 columns for this table. If I click on go, it will give me the interface for this table. The name of the table is user, and as I have checked for 3 columns, here are the 3 rows using which I can create 3 columns of the table. So the first column needs to be the ID, so it would be user_ID. I always follow this convention. User is the name of the table followed by the ID. Second column, let's keep it as name, and third column, let's keep it as cell number. And now, as user ID is a unique identifier of every record which is inserted in this table, let's make it as a primary key, and let's also mark user ID as auto incremented. Name would be obviously an text, rather let's make it as varchar and give it length as 50. Now what is the difference between varchar and text? Text is used to store a large amount of text, for example your address or something like that, and varchar can store combination of variable and number, and we can define the length. As it is length restricted, the memory required for this field would be less when compared to text. Lastly, cell number. Again, let's keep it as varchar, because we can also use the country code, and let's make it as 15 characters to be in safer side. And when I will save this, we have successfully created this table. So this is very convenient by using PhpMyAdmin to create databases or tables. Apart from that, we can also check structure, how it is. Later on, we can also edit the table structure. We can also fire query directly from PhpMyAdmin. Search is another option in this particular tool, and there are many other tools. For example, we can insert information inside the table using this tool directly. One very important feature is exporting the table and importing the table. Friends, you can also go ahead and try to Google to get more information about the tools, to get more information about this tool. So this is the overview of PhpMyAdmin tool. Try to experiment, try to create more databases, tables, and check out more things. Whenever you feel any additional information is required, I highly recommend to Google more about this tool.